I'm preparing to stay stitch this piece. This is the lining. The rough side of the lining has fusing agent on it. That's the wrong side. It doesn't make any difference which side is up when you do this step. Stay stitching is stitching through a single layer of fabric, less than 1/4 of an inch from the edge. So if I draw 1/4 of an inch on this, and I recommend that you stay stitch all of your fleece pieces first, because you can get a feel for this. So if those red lines represent 1/4 of an inch, my stitching should be just above that, closer to the cut edge of the fabric. So I'm going to zoom in on where the stitching should be. Through a single layer, right, using a regular or smaller than normal stitch length. Stay stitch only one of the angles on each piece of fleece or lining and each back piece. I'm preparing to stay stitch, but before I do, I'm going to run a test scrap through. Now remember, the presser foot has a little arm placed 1/4 of an inch from the stitching line. So I'm going to just stitch and double check it. And because it's set up for quilting, it's smaller than regular stitch length. So that's 1/4 of an inch. For stay stitching, I want to be closer to the cut edge of the product than 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to position the piece I'm going to stay stitch just slightly to the left of this arm. I'm not going to move my needle because this is a single hole throat plate, and there's a chance that the needle will hit the throat plate if I move it around a lot. So I'm going to move the fabric instead. I usually just straighten this piece as I sew. When you finish stay stitching this piece, you've done all the stay stitching you need for this piece. Okay, I didn't backstitch at the beginning or the end because it's unnecessary. Stay stitch the back pieces of the hexagon exactly the same way that you did the quilter's fleece.